Everybody has their own story and their own journey to becoming a professional angler. I learned to fish from my dad, man, and I was very fortunate that he introduced me to fishing at a very young age. Just him introducing that to me was what got me in love with the sport of fishing as a whole. That's what we came for, folks.
Remember when you was a kid, whenever you were sitting there waiting on a bobber to go under? You're optimistic for that, right? I still have that same optimism. Fished my first tournament when I was 12. I think we got second place. I didn't know it at the time. That day changed basically my whole life. I was just obsessed with fishing. I still am.
At the age of 9, I attended my first Bassmaster Classic and went to 9 of those in a row. And going to that first one, at that point in time, that was when I was like, I want to be a tournament fisherman. That is what I want to do. Cool. And here, these are old trophies. There's a tournament trophy my dad ran called Bait, B-A-I-T. My dad was always extremely supportive of me being a professional angler. I mean, when I said those words, he's like, that's what you're going to be.
And I just grew up loving the bass fish, man. There's a pond right through these woods here. I could ride my four-wheeler to since I was like 12 years old. I'd go over there and before school, after school, fish that pond. And I got an engineering degree. I graduated college, and I didn't go to graduation because I had a tournament. Because I was going to fish for a living.
I kind of got into bass fishing just on a whim. You know, it was one of those things where I loved fishing, and it didn't matter what it was. When I first started, it was whatever pulled my bobber under. It didn't matter. I loved it. I graduated from college. I was going to do construction and pay for my hobby of fishing, and fishing actually saved my butt in construction. Looky there.
My dad got me started fishing when I was 3 years old. You know, after that, I definitely had the bug, and it didn't really matter. When I was growing up, I just liked to catch anything. You know, I actually fished my first tournament when I was 14 with my older brother. We finished second in that. I got the tournament bug big time. So we've always been a fishing family. If you love the outdoors, Michigan's definitely a great place to be from.
Well, my dad was the biggest reason I became a fisherman. My mom and dad bought a fish camp marina business when I was 11 years old. She got me a bass boat. I went right into Bassmaster tournaments at 17 years old. It just lit the fire in me that I definitely wanted to be a professional bass angler.
Oh my God. Oh my Lord. That is huge.
People always say, how did you make it? And you make it because you don't have a plan B.
I've been bass fishing since I was a kid, like literally a little kid. I don't know where I got it from. You know, my mom and dad did not fish at all. I remember begging dad for an inflatable boat. Finally talked him into a Bass Tractor V17 with a 40 horse on it. Just read a lot of magazines and didn't know any better. Qualified for my first Bassmaster Classic in 2000. The career kind of took off after that. I feel like I've always done it the right way. I feel like I've just worked hard.